For the vineyards in this region, we have what's called vine mealybug, and that has become pest number one. I would recommend Sutera to other growers, and I would say that Sutera has become the backbone of a program in the fight against the vine mealybug.
Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with American Vineyard Magazine, reporting to you from the 110th annual meeting of Sun-Maid Growers here in downtown Fresno. I'm here with Harry Overly, usually we've introduced as the CEO of Sun-Maid. Things have changed a little bit, and wanted to talk with you about that and a little bit of restructuring of Sun-Maid. You've recently taken on the new job as CEO of a company back east, and so can you tell us give us an update?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity. So what's going on with Sun-Maid is, I informed the Sun-Maid board several months ago that I had an opportunity outside of the company that I wanted to pursue, which meant that I was going to leave Sun-Maid to take on the CEO responsibility of another large snacking company in Minnesota. In working with the board, the important thing that the board was really concerned about was, hey, we have this great strategy. We have delivered great results for 5 years. We don't want that to stop. So we cannot have somebody come in and lose the momentum, make change for the sake of making change. Change is not what is needed. It's execution, which is what Steve Loftus talked about. It's executing against our plan. And so we went through a process to develop this new structure, which is not uncommon when you have an outgoing CEO. Typically, it happens when a CEO is retiring, not in my case where it's leaving the company to pursue other things. But it's kind of the same mindset where the executive chair, which is the role that I have, really provides strategic guidance to the entire corporation. But the day-to-day management of the company sits with the president, who is now Mr. Steve Loftus. And so I will work with Steve on transitioning him into Sun-Maid. Braden Bender was the CFO, was the interim president for the last couple months. Just like I've been working with him, checking in, looking through strategic issues, any tactical issues, anything I could help with that didn't have me essentially working every single day on the Sun-Maid business. I'm really there to support management. And I think it's really important because, as you guys know, there's a lot to learn in the raisin industry. So to be able to have a resource that has some of the strategic intrinsic knowledge of what's been going on in the context of particularly the change that Sun-Maid instilled over the past few years is a great resource to the incoming president. Unfortunately, he's worked for me before, and we have a really good rapport with one another, and we know we're right on the same page of how we want it to work. My job is to make him successful, make the management team successful, and help develop him so that he's the president now, help develop him so he becomes ready to be the CEO.
Now, so your new position is technically executive chairman?
Chairman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new position's called executive chairman. Yep.
So, still working with Sun-Maid to secure, just keep on the trajectory that you've, set things on. We've got some serious challenges in the industry. So, thinking about navigating through inflation and some of the struggles that the industry has today, what are your thoughts and what are the plans that Sun-Maid has put together to offset some of those issues?
Yeah, I mean, you heard today, what we've really been focused on is optimizing our operation and our core business so that, we can use productivity savings to offset some of the inflationary pressures that we're receiving, all in the goal that we either can hold our margin structure consistent or, ideally, you would improve that because at the end of the day, all of our profitability goes back to the growers. So that's what makes us obviously uniquely different in the industry is we give all of that back to them. Additionally, it's about innovation that will deliver accretive, so adding on to the profitability, not diluting it, as well as we've had to take pricing. So and what that means is we've raised the price to our customers, who then you will see the shelf price at the grocery store or wherever. You will see that price creep up because they will want to pass it on too, because they don't want to deal with the compression from a margin perspective. And so we are in very uncharted waters in terms of the level of inflation and particularly the price elasticity expectation. So what we are trying to delicately understand as fast as possible is as that price goes up, will consumers stop buying, right? And that you get the volume starts dropping. And that obviously has an adverse effect too. So it's really carefully, understand the analytics, watch the market for us, really shopper behavior, consumer behavior, et cetera, and have plans to be able to adapt either way. And that may mean margin compression, which means that our return to growers would be less than ideal. But we're going to go up and down as we navigate those waters. And then the other, if you are, our business is primarily focused on retail, but we also have a big chunk of business in the industrial sector, which is where all the rest of the processors in the industry are as well. So same premise, if we raise our price as an industry to any of the cereal guys, they're going to have a couple options. They can either use less to offset that increased cost that they now have, which again will have a volume impact to the industry, or they will try to pass it along just like we did to their customers, which then you see their price at shelf goes up. And they're, again, same position of will consumers stop buying or buy less because the price is higher, et cetera. So it's really understanding all of those various factors. And there's no playbook for this. I said we're in uncharted waters. You've seen inflation before, but not like this. So reacting to that and working with customers, having plans, really the foundation of the core business tactics, driving efficiency and productivity to make our business more efficient over the past few years has given us a really good foundation where we know how to get cost up and down, which is very nice. So if our volume were to come down, we know how to remove cost to try to offset all of that, always trying to get as much as we can back to our growers. And historically, that hasn't been the case.
Well, we appreciate the great work that you've done the last, 5 years?
5 years.
5 years. And grateful to see that you're still going to be on board and serving the industry and this new capacity.
Yep.
Read more about these things in American Vineyard Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.